Hello, welcome to Pro Mixing and Mastering. Today I'm gonna show you how to mix international vocals in Cubase 5 from start to finish. So this is my own song, and I'm gonna let you guys take a listen to it, and I'm gonna break it down for you. Stay with me, don't leave the video, don't pause the video, don't skip the video, so that you can be able to see what I did. I'm gonna explain everything so that you can learn more and be able to do international mixes. So here we go. This is the unmastered version. I've not yet mastered it, so from here I'm gonna take it to I'm gonna go for mastering.
Show me love, yeah. Ooh. Lord, I'm grateful for everything that you do for me, yeah. I just wanna be the man you've always wanted me to be in this world, yeah. The one who makes you happy and puts a smile on your face, yeah. I just wanna make you happy. I don't wanna make you sad. Yes, I love you, love you, love you, love you. Yeah. Lord, I cannot imagine life without you. I'll be dead without you. I need you in my life. Lord, I cannot imagine life without you. My whole life is incomplete without you, yeah. Lord, I cannot imagine life without you. I can't breathe, can't live, can't walk, can't live, can't talk. Lord, I cannot imagine life without you. I cannot imagine life without you. You're like my mother, my brother, my sister. And everywhere I go, I just wanna get closer to you. I just can't imagine how life would be without you by my side. Every day I wake up just because of you. Lord, I just wanna appreciate everything that you do for me, yeah.
Alright, Pro Mixers, so let us break it down. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna also upload the acapella version of this song. I'm gonna mute my instrumental after I post the mix down and everything. Then the second video, I'm gonna just post this song in an acapella version so that you guys can take a listen to how the reverb sounds like and how much reverb I put there, and also how much compression is working in the background, and also what I did concerning EQ. So there is a video that I'm gonna post just after this. Immediately finish watching this one, 30 minutes later another video will come for this song a cappella version. Then from there I'll post the full song probably today or tomorrow, so you guys can take a listen and be able to learn something from there. So what did I do to this song? First thing, I always say before you start recording, make sure that your instrumental is good. So balance the instrumental, look for samples that are clean, samples that are not too loud, samples that just are gonna make your song sound better. For example, let me mute this and take a listen to this instrumental. So nothing complicated, just a few instruments, but at the same time, just making it more interesting, changing it here and there, just making a change. So you don't have to play a lot of instruments. The problem is when you play a lot of instruments, they are gonna fight with your vocals. So you wanna get room for your vocals. You want to create some space for your vocals. So you pre-create that space before you start recording your vocals. You have to think about where your vocals are gonna sit before you record. So I thought about it, and I said to myself, I think if I put this instrument in this, my vocal is not gonna come out, it's not gonna be clear. So what am I gonna do? Let me try to put this instrument, let me try to play this, let me try to leave this area the way it is. So all that and after that I did some balancing of the beat, the instrumental, balance it a little bit, reduce certain instruments which are high, and just try to balance it and make sure the instrumental doesn't clip, because if the instrumental clips, then the moment you record your vocals in, the whole song is gonna sound bad and loud and bad. What you wanna get is a good song that sounds loud and good. So this is what I did first. Then from there, I came to vocals. I recorded my vocals. This is the way my vocals look like. I've not increased my gain, my volume. This side is 0. On top also is 0. The whole vocal, these vocals are not reduced in any way. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to show you guys that whenever you're doing a recording, don't reduce your microphone too much. Don't reduce it to this extent, because once you do that, then you will have to increase from here. But the problem is, when you increase from here, all the floor noise is gonna be lifted up, and you're gonna have a very hard time trying to control your vocal. And that's where now you begin to add compression and maximizers, maybe a second maximizer, just try to bring, then you add in another denoiser. That's a problem. So what I do is I set my microphone level to about 9 o'clock, somewhere there, so that I can try to record in this range. It's not supposed to be like this. When you record like this, it means that your vocal is distorting, and what you don't want to get is a distorted vocal. Now I recorded in this range. Let me show you in this range, so that I don't have to boost my vocal or try to reduce my vocal. If I want to reduce my vocal, then during compression I'm not gonna increase the gain, or during compression the vocal is gonna be reduced. So this is one of the advantages of recording your mic on your microphone level, setting your microphone level on 9 o'clock. So this is what I did. I didn't do anything. I didn't throw any plugin on this vocal. But when you come to the audio track, there is something that I did. I put in a compressor. Let me just take out this Autotune. I put in a compressor. I put our compressor. This is my first compressor. I threw in our compressor on all the vocals. There is our compressor on this one and on this one. Yeah. So the reason why I put our compressor, I look at my ratio. My ratio is just on 2.24, just a little bit of small ratio, and my threshold is not too much. It's just negative 17.5. Then what I wanted was an attack. So I wanted an attack on my vocals, my R&B gospel vocals. I wanted my vocals to be smooth. So whenever you want your vocals to be smooth, take the attack to 0.50, and then I increased the gain a little bit due to the threshold. I dropped the threshold and also put my ratio on 2.24. When you do this, the volume decreases a little bit, so I wanted to take it back to that original level. So I realized that the only level that was taken out is about 2 dB. So I increased my gain, this gain, to exactly 2 dB, just an add up from what was taken out. So that's basically the work of this compressor, first compressor, just to make sure that I take my release. Attack is always here, so I took it back like this. Then I left the rest on warm vocal, electro, arc. So I left the rest the way they are. The release is on 160, just the default way. That's where it's supposed to be. I just left it. I don't want to touch the release. I just want some softness and warmness to my vocal, and then the threshold and ratio reduced just a little bit. Remember, this compressor is just for smoothening, so I don't have to do much. It's gonna help my second compressor, and that's why I wanted to explain that. Then I want to show you something. My vocal right here, the beginning of the vocal, you can see some drawings. There's drawings right here. these are the drawings. Let me just duplicate this so one can be undone. So this usually was like this. Let me do this. I hope it works the way I want it to work. No, it won't work. But this was like this. Was like this. This vocal was like this. So basically this is how the vocal was, like this. Though I put compression in the group, I'll soon go to the group, it was still a little bit higher here due to not overusing the compressor. So I wanted the compressor to sound a little bit natural, so I didn't over compress. So what I did was I did a draw, more like automation. I just came to draw pencil, then I did like that. Of course I made these drawing points, then I reduced it just a little bit. This is automation. So the lines that you guys are gonna see are for automation. If let's say the vocal was a little bit lower, I was going to increase it. So whenever you see that it has been increased, it means that it was a little bit low. Like in this case here, I just wanted to decrease it a little bit so that it can be even with the rest of the vocal. So these are the things that I'm gonna keep explaining as we go on to the vocals. Then let me just delete this. Yeah. So having explained why these drawings are there, remember, just a pencil, then you can draw. Just put some automation points and then drop or increase where the vocal is low or where the vocal is. Automation is very important, especially when you want to get that natural sounding vocal and you don't want to overuse the compressor, because sometimes when you overuse the compressor, the vocal starts to sound merged, unnatural. So you don't want that. You want to keep that natural part of the vocal. So basically that's what I did, and it sounds like this. So that's what I wanted in my vocal. And then when you go inside, let me take it back again. Double click. I want to show you something. So I'm gonna double click now. Yeah. What I want to show you is this pitch and warp. Pitch and warp. So my vocal, let me just duplicate this. Yeah, so my vocal was I wasn't in the right key, not really like really off, but every singer experiences that you can't really sing the entire song in the right key. So pitch and warp, all you gotta do is come to pitch and warp, click it, and then these will show up. So let's say I was off like this. Let me mute one. It's the original one. So let's say I was off like that. So what I did was those off notes, I had to bring them in line using pitch and warp. So I'm gonna take it back now. And make sure if you wanna hear this, the sound, what the changes happening, you have to come to acoustic feedback. Turn it on. When it is off, nothing happens. But when you turn it on, you get to hear the feedback. So I'm gonna take it back. Let's say I was off. So it's off. So that's what I did to this part, and a little bit on this part, just to you don't have to correct everything. Some of the notes are just okay. For example, this one was left out just the way it is. I know you've got a question, how can I know that the vocal is supposed to be here? It shows you. For example, when you come on the vocal, it shows you this percentage right here. So there is +8%. So it shows me that +8% is a little bit out. So to bring it back like this, it goes back into C. There'll be no percentages showing. So that's what, but for me, I like it where it is on 8%. 8% is not bad. And then unless if it was all the way out, this one is plus 36% out, so it's supposed to be in here, but I like the way the melody is coming out from there. So I'm just gonna, whenever you make a mistake, if you don't want, you wanna reset, you can still reset. Just come to reset and then click on the vocal you want to reset, and then come on reset, then it's gonna reset it back to normal. So basically that's what you do with pitch and warp, correcting and making your vocal sing the way that you want your vocal to sing. So I did all that to, let me delete this. I did all those things to all these vocals. Whenever I heard something that is a little bit off, I went to pitch and warp, then I controlled it from there. Then I did some automation right here on this one.
Without you, I can't breathe, can't live, can't walk, can't live, can't talk. Lord, I cannot.
So with this one right here, there were parts where I was a little bit low, so I had to automate using a drawer. So I had to increase certain parts like this, and I just have to increase this part even more. Yeah, so this is what I did, like that.
I can't breathe, can't live, can't walk, can't live, can't talk. Yeah.
Then on the it was a little bit higher, so I had to reduce it. So this is why you see it comes like this and a little bit here, then it goes just like that, like a little car. Then on this part,
Yeah. I cannot imagine.
on this part I have to increase it because it's a little bit low. So what I'm gonna do like that. See what I'm doing?
I cannot imagine life without you.
Then I am very, very sensitive when it comes to the way this volume works here.
I cannot
See this blue line? It really works for me. Every time I look at my vocals and this line is somewhere down here or it's not consistent with other vocals, I usually increase. It really works 100% all the time. It helps me to see if the vocals are the same or if maybe one is higher than the other. So it really helps me. So this is what I did, and these are the lines that I did automate. I used this automation right here. Let me show you this one. There is an automation here, and let me double click to see if I did some pitch and warp. Yeah, I did some pitch and warp on these vocals. I did some pitch and warp. Those which were off, I had to bring them back in line, for example. So let me take it back. Yeah, reset. And so that's what I did to this vocal. Then I also did some automation. I did a fade in, then right here I reduced this point, was a little bit louder.
I cannot imagine.
Then from there, this other small part right here had to be automated, so I increased the volume right here. Right there. Then also I did automate. You've got to be patient. If you want to get a good vocal, this is gonna pay out. So take your time and automate. Don't overuse compression. And this is why I took my time to automate, just raising, helping the compressor a little bit. Then I had to mute this vocal, and I muted it for a purpose, and I did this so you guys can learn something. So the vocal was like this together with this. This is how they sound like.
Everything about you.
So they are good vocals, but the problem is this vocal is the leading vocal and this one is just like a hard lip. So it's not supposed to like consume the other vocal, which is the leading vocal, or try to distract the leading vocal. So what you do is don't over sing in places where the lead vocal is supposed to be heard. Remember, music is all about the message. You want the message to be heard. So I wanted this part to be heard, so I muted this. No matter how good it sounded, like, I still love this vocal, I like it, but I'm not gonna turn it on because I want the leading vocal to be heard. I want people to get the message like this.
Everything about you, Lord, you make me feel.
So I want that, Lord, you make me feel. So that's what I wanted. Then I did pitch and warp also on this one, just to make it sound good, like this, like that. But yeah, so that's what I did, pitch and warp. Whenever you want to correct off notes, off keys, or off vocals, you use pitch and warp. Then I did automate almost everywhere. I did some automation. I did automation there. So basically that's what I did to all the vocals. Remember I said compression number 1, I did just a little. When you add compression number 1, this helps compression. This is compression number 2, I mean, or compression number 1, yeah, because it is coming from the audio track. So compression number 1, just a little, and attack on 0.50 just to help compression number 2, because you don't want to over compress your vocals. So, and from there, this is the same effect. I didn't add our vocals, I didn't do anything. The vocal is already boosted. So if the vocal is already boosted and you recorded it good, you don't have to add maximize or anything to maximize. You can leave the vocal the way it is. Compressor can come and help you. So and automation, of course. Then I did the same. These two vocals are 1 and 2. I want to show you something on these two. So let me just solo like this. So there is 1, which is the main soprano. Then there is these auto. So this is what I want to show you. So I'm going to come to this. These two are like melodies. This is the way like I make my melodies, where there are empty spaces. That's where you sing your melody. You can create your melody from there. So I created my own melody right here, and then I panned one to the right 60%, then the other one 60% left. Then the main soprano, I just left it on the middle. So just 1 on the middle, then 1 and 2 left and right. Panning is good for you. It gives you that stereo width, that widening, just that sound you hear on your left and right speaker. So this is how they sound like right here. To these 3, I didn't add anything. I just wanted them to sound natural, just like that.
Love, yeah. Nobody shows me love the way you show me love. Yeah. Ooh. Lord, I'm grateful for everything that you do for me. Yeah.
So I love the melody. So if you guys want to know how to create melodies, just record a melody in those empty spaces. Just take advantage of the places where your vocal is not singing. You can create something there, then you can pan them left and right. I could have gone for a second and third, but I just feel like since this is the beginning and the song, the way the song is, I think 1, 2, 3 works well for me. 2, 1 right, left, then the other one has to be on the mid if you're recording only 3. Then I took my leading vocal, this one, to group number 1, and in group number 1, this is what is there, and this is what you do. So this time I saw a professional, very, very good producer, a Grammy award winning producer, using this EQ, and I was like, wow, I've got that EQ, but I haven't been using it. So this time, this is a great EQ. I think I'm gonna start using this EQ. So this this will always be my go-to, together with FabFilter Pro Q. These two are my best EQs so far. So when I saw that Grammy award-winning producer and stroke engineer using this EQ, I was so much interested, because the vocals really came out the way they were supposed to come out. And this EQ just makes your vocals come out. It gives you that top end, it gives you that low end. It like acts like a compressor. It's a very good EQ. So what's the name of this EQ? It's an F6 RTS stereo EQ. So it's an F6. I love F6. This is my first time using it, and I have really loved the way it just brings out the vocals. So with this, let me just save this to 1, so you guys can take a listen to this. Before the voice was worked on, I wanna show you something. So before I worked on the vocal, it was like this without compressor. So I'm also gonna mute the sends. So this is how the vocal was.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love. Yeah. Ooh. Lord, I'm grateful for everything that you do for me. Yeah.
You can hear my room sound, my booth sound in the background. It's dry, so then I put in compressor.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love. Yeah. Ooh.
Sounds are smoothened due to the way I just put the compressor. So that's how it was in the beginning before I added anything. And together with the instrumental, it sounds like this.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love. Yeah. Ooh. Lord, I'm grateful for everything that you do for me. Yeah. I just wanna be the man you are.
You can see the vocal is jumping up and down just a little bit. Yeah. So I'm gonna turn it on now. Then we are gonna go to group number 1, put in F6 RTA EQ. The reason why I EQ my vocal before I start adding my second compressor, it's simple, because I want to first get rid of unwanted frequencies, sweep the house before you put your furniture. So that's what I believe. So without F6 RTA EQ, it sounds like this.
Nobody shows me love.
And with it engaged,
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love.
whoo, this EQ is my best go-to EQ, my favorite so far. I love the way it adds the air. I love the way it just does the EQ. And one of the things that I love about this EQ is this. Let me show you. Let me come to 2 and then to 5. Then I'm gonna do this. Check this out. Solo, this solo button right here, just like that.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love.
So it helps you to be able, did I save it? Because I wanna still, I don't wanna start EQing again. So I said, it helps you to do like this.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me.
To search for the frequencies that you wanna remove, then it also gives you that ability to hear what is happening to that frequency like this. When you don't like that frequency, you can cut it, or if you like it, you can boost it like this.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love. Yeah.
So if you like that, then you unsolo it, then it's gonna be like that. But if you don't like it,
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love.
you can still, the EQ still gives you the ability to listen to what is happening when you are doing your cutting.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love. Yeah.
This is my favorite EQ. Then once you're done with that, you can go to the next one. That's what I wanted to show you. But first, let me go back to the way I started EQing this. So when it starts, it's always like this. Everything just is like this. Everything is just, see, I want to show you everything so you guys can really know what's going on. Everything was just on reset, just everything was on reset. Everything was just, so usually comes like that. So what I wanted was to get rid of that low frequency. Check out my video, the video I did on how EQ works. You are going to really learn a lot from there, and this is gonna be very easy for you. So what I did was I go to number one, then to this, and rolled off, did a low cut. This is a low cut, so I'm gonna turn it on, just double click it, and then I did roll off like this.
Nobody shows me love.
But first I had to put it on solo so I can listen to what is going on in the background and know where to stop. So I started doing like this.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love. Yeah. Ooh. Lord, I'm grateful for everything that you do for me. Yeah.
So I realized that this is a good point where to stop from. 145 or 50 is okay for this vocal. Then now I started searching for those unwanted frequencies, and I did solo.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love.
I realized that this frequency is a little too bassy, so I reduced it like this.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love.
And the good thing is that the frequency spectrum is showing you what's happening right there. So once I was done with that,
Nobody shows me love the
I came to the second solo and turn it on, and search, just like that.
Nobody shows me love the way you show.
If you don't like it,
Nobody shows me love the way you show.
or you can reduce it from here.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me.
Once I was satisfied with this one, I went to the next one, and of course I wanted to add some air, so I just lifted up.
Love. Yeah. Ooh. Lord, I'm grateful. Yeah. Nobody shows.
It just helps you know exactly what you're doing. Then once I was done, satisfied, I left it right there.
Nobody shows me love the way you.
I've added some air, everything is working out. Let me now, I want to show you something. Two, I had to, I cut somewhere here. I had to set it on, send it to the mids. So I sent this frequency to the mid speakers, and what I did was I came here, instead of stereo, the rest of these are in stereo, but I wanted this frequency to go to the mids, so I came here, took it out of stereo and put it on mid. So I put it on mids, and if I wanted a certain sound to go to the other left and right speaker or to the sides, I would come here. So this frequency right here works with the mids, the subwoofer area. So I cut just a little bit, just to give my subs that cleanness, just to make it pure, a little bit cleaner, a little bit. So I took it to the sides, to the mids, and then I cut the mids just a little bit to clean it up, just a little bit. So I'm gonna load it back. This is a good thing about saving. So now this is what I did. 2 was on 250, so I cut that area. If you watch the video that I did on how EQ works, you understand what I mean by cutting 250 area. So this is how it sounds like.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love. Yeah. Ooh.
Sounds cleaner, right? So the next plugin that I used is a compressor, my second compressor. Now this compressor is a little bit higher than this compressor, which is here. This compressor is just helping this one, so I didn't do too much compression. But this one in group number 1, the second compressor, is a little bit higher than that one, just a little bit. And this time I'm not using our compressor, I am using CLA 2A. I saw a Grammy award winning producer stroke engineer use this on R&B vocals, so I thought like let me try it out. It's a very simple compressor. It has peak reduction and gain, and this compressor has been modeled over the original from the original CLA 2A, and what a great compressor. This compressor is like, it's a mixture of some high end and some highs, and just some mids and warmth. So if you want to add warmth to your vocal, use this, and some highs. It's really balanced and very simple. What I love about CLA 2A compressor is that it's very simple. The simplicity of this compressor is so amazing. So when you take your pick down here, let me save this so I can show you guys. This is gonna be QW. So when you take,
Nobody shows me love the
see, it's working, but usually it comes like this.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me.
Just a little bit of compression. But when you take this knob down there to the right, compression kicks in.
Nobody shows me.
And when you take it to 100, it means that too much compression. You are over hard compressing. So with me, I just wanted it to be on 60, somewhere there, and then my gain due to compression, so the volume goes down a little bit, so there is that volume reduction. So what I do is I come to the gain, and let's say if it was like that,
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love.
so you come back to the gain and increase the gain. So I used CLA 2A compressor to bring that melody, that excitement to my vocal, and just to give it that original compression and good compression. So let me take it back. Are we back? So I'm on 60 and my gain is on 40. Good compressor. This is without the CLA 2A compressor,
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love.
and this is with it.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love.
Yeah, beautiful compressor. Then from CLA 2A compressor, I de-essed the vocal just a little bit. The S's, I tamed them a little bit. I used another de-esser this time. This one is called just a de-esser from Waves. So my threshold is on negative 32.8, and the frequency, just like I just set it on this. I picked this Ben Mink, and then I went to Mink Pop Vocal. Really works well when it comes to de-essing. Doesn't really de-ess too much, just kisses the T's and the S's, just to maintain that natural sound. And this is how it sounds like with a de-esser.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love.
So without take your concentration on the S's. Shh.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love.
With it,
Nobody shows me love the way you show me.
you can see it engage
Nobody shows me love.
right here, attenuation,
Nobody shows me love the
just a little, and you don't want to do it too much. Then my number 4 plugin in this group channel is Isotope Ozone Vintage Tape. The reason why I put this one is because of saturation. I believe there is no producer in the world or engineer who doesn't use saturation. So I went to Punchy Lows, this preset. Punchy Lows. I just wanted it to have that punch. So, and to just the harmonics, I love the harmonics of this vintage tape. So I wanted vintage tape saturation. The harmonics are on 7.4. I raised them a little bit. The low emphasis on 5.3, high emphasis on 5.5. Then the bias is on 0.0. Just like that. I just love the way it's set and sounds like this. It adds a little bit of some air, some warmth, and also just saturates adds a little bit of distortion to the vocal, just a little.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love. Yeah.
And makes your vocal sound fuller. Then from my Isotope Ozone vintage tape saturation, I put in Autotune. Make sure that my vocal is modern, and just to smoothen my vocal a little bit more. A lot of artists and pop engineers and those who producers, they use Autotune. They just use a little, but Autotune is almost on every voice. Pitch correction is almost on every voice. So this is my Autotune. This time I'm not using any advanced Autotune. I went back to just Autotune VST. It works well and still works well. Autotune 5, I have Autotune 8, I have the other modern Autotunes, but I just went to this one. I just love the way it's simple, it's the simplicity. So my key is on C. Make sure you set your key in the right order. If you don't know how to set the key or your song, download an app called Key Finder on Android. Just go on Google Play Store, search for Key Finder, and then install it. Whenever you want to know the key of your song, just play your song and then put your phone closer to not very closer to your speakers, then it will detect automatically for you. So that's the only way I can advise those that don't know how to find keys. So my key is in C, then my scale is minor, and then I removed all these. I set them on 0, 0, 0, took them out. They're unnecessary. Vibrato is unnecessary. It just makes you sound bad. I don't like it. Then what I just touched is my retune speed. I set it on 8. My humanize on 32 to give it that human, make it sound natural. And then basically this is what I did to the vocal using Autotune. This is before.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love.
And this is after.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Just to give it that Autotune smooth, just to smoothen it up a little bit. And then finally, I added denoiser from Cubase, and I always go to medium. My preset is always medium, so I go to medium just like that. I don't do anything there, and this is how it sounds like. Just to remove the reason why I put in a denoiser, though I record from a good treated room, I still have to just give it that noise reduction. There is just a certain character denoiser adds to your vocals. It like warms up your vocal just a little bit, and then also removes floor noise and just those other noise which are not supposed to be there. So before, denoiser sounds like this.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love. Yeah.
After.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love. Yeah.
Much cleaner, right? Yeah. Then the same settings which are in group number 1 are also in group number 2. So I just basically what I did was just to come here and come to save preset. I saved it as DFRR. Then I came to group number 2. Then I came to DRRR. Then just click it, and then they loaded up just like that. So same settings, same things. And basically this is what I did to the vocal. I took my time to EQ. I took my time to do my compression. I took my time to select the right plugins. You don't have to fill up your inserts with plugins. You can just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically I just used 7 plugins to come up with this. So you don't need many plugins. All you have to do is take your time to listen, and take your time to work on your instrument, or take your time to mix on a low volume so that your ears don't get tired. Whenever your ears get tired, you end up mixing wrongly. You mix like a drunkard when like picture a drunkard when they drink too much and you give them a car to drive. They won't be able to drive the way they're supposed to drive. The car just starts to swing here and there, left, right. So whenever you are mixing on a very loud volume, your ears get tired and you end up hearing the wrong sound and doing the wrong things. So with mine, I recorded on a I mixed on a very low sound, very low, so I can be able to get everything that is going on in the background and be able to do the right thing. So this is the song. I'm gonna post it on the channel so you guys can take a listen. First thing, I'll post this video. The one that you're watching, is already posted right now, so you're watching. Then the second video that is gonna come is the a cappella version of this song. I just want you guys to take a listen to the way the reverb is coming out. So from the groups, I want to show you what I used this time. I didn't use Reverb 32. It's my go-to reverb, and Reverb A and the other H reverb, but this time I saw an award-winning producer use this reverb, Valhalla Vintage Verb. It's a very professional and good reverb. So I calculated my reverb time first. My reverb time is your decay is your reverb time. Check out the video that I did. So my tempo is on 130. So what I did was I did 60,000 divided by my tempo of the tempo of my song, which is 130, then equals to 461. Then you round it off, it's 4.2. Then I had to put 4.62. 4.62. So my decay is 4.62. Then how do you find your pre-delay? Your pre-delay is just the reverb time divide by 2. So this time is gonna be by 2, and then this becomes your reverb time 2.3. So that's what I did, just to make sure that my reverb is in the right key. Then one thing that I wanna one thing very important, your reverb is not gonna, your effects, your reverbs, your delays are not gonna sound good if you did the export. Like I made this instrumental, then I exported it back into Cubase. So during export, the metronome and the tempo is usually not in the key, in the tempo of your song is not in the right tempo time. So what you do is, for example, before it wasn't like that. So I'm just gonna click C so you can listen to this.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love.
Let me reduce this.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love.
See, my vocal is bouncing according to the metronome, right?
Nobody shows me love the way you show me.
And the instrumental as well.
Nobody shows me love the way you show me love.
So most times you get it wrong because you don't record your instrumentals in the right tempo. So when I exported this instrumental, Cubase was not in the right tempo, so I had to go and put in my tempo right here, the tempo of my song, so that the instrumental can be in the right tempo time. So let me just take it back. Yeah, so that's what I wanted you guys to know, because if you don't know this, every plugin that you guys are gonna put, if you put CLA2A, your compressor is not gonna work according to the tempo of your song. DSR, all these work according to the tempo. So you've got to put everything in the right tempo. Autotune too has to be in that right tempo. So basically, this is what I did. Then from here, I'm gonna go to mastering. And once I'm done with my mastering, the video is gonna come over the mastering of this song. So just wait for that video, and make sure you subscribe to this channel for more great videos like this one, and don't forget to share and please leave a like, leave this video a like. It helps the channel to have good analytics, and also for people to just subscribe, so you can help the channel to grow. This channel helps a lot of musicians around the world, so please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. So basically, this is how you mix. If you copy exactly what I did, then you will be able to produce exactly the way I did it, nothing hidden. This is just exactly the way it is. I will see you in the next one.